Yeah, I mean, we've been very fortunate. I mean, both of our wives are home now,
Mhm.
and having the kids. I'm curious for you. You kind of y'all had Micah in a bit different stage of your life with the business.
Yeah.
One of the things I always really try parents about, because I dealt with it so much, was like, you just got to go easy on yourself and not layer on the guilt. Because
Yeah.
there were times in my career where I just couldn't win. Like if I was working, I felt guilty because I wasn't with the kids. If I was with the kids, I wanted to go do so. There was something on my mind that I needed to get done. And then I
Right.
felt guilty for wanting to go work instead of just focusing on the kids. And I'm more, I think more than most people, like I have a very active internal dialogue. I'm very hard on myself.
Mhm.
So, I know I'm like kind of prepping and bracing myself for summer because I know I did struggle with that a little bit last summer too. But you've got to go easy on yourself. Like you've got
Oh yeah.
understand like it's okay to turn Bluey on and let your kid watch a cartoon so you can work for 30 minutes. It's
Yep.
okay when they wake up for their nap to let them quietly play in their crib for an extra 20 minutes. Like that doesn't make you a bad parent. It just means they're fine. They're content. It's not awful.
Yeah.
And it allows you to just get a little bit more done, which means when you're with them, you can be more present. And I think a lot of people struggle with that. I have some coaches I work with in my agency that are going through that, and
Yeah.
they're not
Yeah.
always getting what they want in their business. And it's like, hey, I know you're trying to be 100% present for your kids, but you gotta do the work too. Like it's okay. It's okay to not be there at a moment of the day. Like it's kind of the problem, I guess, right? Because
Yeah.
they have the ability to do much. But yeah, man, I think that's a tough part of it. Like it's just dealing
Oh,
with
it's
that.
super hard. Well, I
Yeah,
say it's super hard. I don't have, my wife is more like you, where she beats herself up, like, cause she's doing her
mm-hmm.
YouTube stuff and, she's staying at home, but like anytime she needs to work, she feels bad because she could be spending time with Micah, or for like our
Sure.
mother-in-law, like takes Micah. But I think it's good to have, and this is kind of a marriage thing, but I think it's good to have somebody that kind of like tells you it's okay sometimes. Cause like
Yeah.
she's like, she gets so worried about like, oh, I didn't do this right, or I didn't spend this much time with him. I could have been doing this.
Right.
And I'd just be like, look, it's okay. Like he's going to be
Yeah.
fine. He's a super lucky kid. Both of his parents are home. Like if you look at it, like from the perspective of a lot of people don't get to do this.
Yeah. Katie's had to do that for me a
That's,
lot over the
yeah,
years.
yeah.
I think it's just a pretty thing, right?
Yeah, it's tough. And I hate to see her beat herself up about it. Cause I'm like, man, you're a great mom. And like, this kid's got a good life.
Yeah,
Um,
man.
but I think also like I think the thing that people kind of maybe don't think about as much is like I don't know. It's like spending time with kids is super important because you only have so much time, but also like think about the confidence that it could give your kid when they see their parent do something incredible, like build an incredible business, or
100%.
just really really do well and follow their dreams and put the hard work in. Like that's a lesson that's really important for your kids,
Right.
to see, and just to see, like, to know that it's possible. And so it's like you can spend all of your time with your kid and not achieve the things that you want, or you can like sacrifice a little bit of time with your kids and build something pretty incredible and find an okay balance between the two. And I think it's going to make an even more well-rounded kid. That's my guess
Yeah.
anyway. I don't really know, but
I
so
mean, we're
that's kind
still
of
early in this journey, so we'll find out. But it does. I agree with you. It makes it. I mean, I've seen that a little bit. I mean, we talked one time on the podcast about Cooper. You ask him what he wants to do, and he has this business idea, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's not, kids don't have business ideas usually. It's
Yeah.
that exposure to his whole life of sitting in my lap during a meeting and like talking about the work,
Mm-hmm.
him seeing what Katie's doing now, we're it's funny. It's like Mason the other day, because I mean, he's, for those of you listening, like he's like, Dad, how come you and Mom don't have jobs like all of my friends' parents? Like
Yeah.
trying to explain to a preschool kid, what you do. But but it is like they see that and they see happy. Like,
Yeah.
man, I think that I've noticed this so Katie, and we've talked about this, like her personality is different since she left Coke. Like that was her dream job. She was running that plant that, but it was also very hard, stressful, and she had a hard time turning off. Like, and she was tired, and now like the girl's full of energy. She's running around. She doesn't sit down until like the moment her head hits the pillow. She's just happier. Like she physics younger, I think, in the last 2 years. It's like, you say like certain things like, oh, that took 2 years off my life. Like, it's like she got them back.
Yeah.
So, even just seeing that, like the kids having this mom that's like happy and has purpose and gets to spend time, and that's great. So if you can provide that for your kids, yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, I think so.